I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your monthly forecast for June 2015. It is this month, like the last month, we had a full moon in Scorpio. This month we have a full moon in Sagittarius, and then we have Venus that is going and joining Jupiter. And mid-month we thankfully have Mercury that is going direct, followed by Saturn that is going retrograde for 3 months. And we are wrapping up the month with a lovely trine that is happening between Jupiter and Uranus that pretty much has the trend across the month, and the effect is going to be there across the month. And it's a very beautiful energy because Jupiter is the planet of, he's the benefactor and he's the planet of good fortune, and Uranus is all about inspiration, about ideas, about boosting your imagination. So quite a potent combination over there. More about that later. We begin the month with a full moon, and that is there in Sagittarius. It's highlighting a part of your chart that speaks about your belief system. Now, this has been going on for you for quite a while. We've had different planets come and highlight this particular part of your chart in different ways, and to encourage you to think more broadly, expand your mind, expand your belief system, relook at your conditioning. And this trend has been there for you for almost about 1.5 to 2 years now. And now we have a full moon, and again, a full moon is about completion. It's the time where now things need to get expressed, and full moon is again highlighting this part. It's asking you to look at this part of your life very carefully as to what is it that your belief systems are. What is it? Do you need to be expanding them more? Do you need to be re-looking at your conditioning, at your value system? What is it that you're fearful of, or what is it that you hold very close to yourself? So full moon is going to be coming, and you could be thinking a lot about, your mind could be really around your belief systems, around responsibilities, what you have grown up with, what it is that you think that life has taught you. But over here, the focus is again on expanding and pushing the envelope of your imagination, of your emotion. So pay attention to the macro level, to the broader aspect of your life, and don't sort of get lost in the details this month, Aries. We have Venus, and Venus is going to be going and joining Jupiter, and she's doing that in your house of love, romance, children, creativity. And Jupiter, of course, is he's the great benefactor. So you could be around, and this is around the 5th, you could be either making your house more beautiful. Either there could be some amount of moving that could be there. You could just be making your area more comfortable, more luxurious. There can also be some amount of, some of you could hear some good news from a child, and there can just be a sense of accomplishment or a lot of pride that is going to be there. A lot of times this aspect also urges you not to look at your life very seriously. It asks you to let the child inside you come out and play, and not to get so bogged down with the way that you've been viewing life, or the seriousness with which, or the somberness with which you could be looking at your life. So it's really a time to be more playful. It's a time to have some fun, be a little lighthearted, and don't get so bogged down about things. The lovely thing finally we have this month is Mercury will go retrograde on the 12th, and Mercury has been doing its entire number in communication, travel, technology for almost the entire last month, till from 18th of May and till about 11th of June. So now when it goes direct, you can expect a lot of communication to open up for you. Things will smoothen out. You'll find your maybe contracts are moving out faster. People are happy to meet you. Their meetings or presentations that are far more effective. People are generally more receptive to you around this time, and you will find that you are able to, whatever had been sort of gone off in a loop as far as conversation is concerned, will just open up for you. Around the 15th we have Saturn, and Saturn has been there in this part of your chart that has to do with your joint finances. It has to do with your close relationships. It's a time where now Saturn is again going to be going retrograde for 3 months, and he's coming in just ensuring that all the loops are closed. And it's more of a reminder also, Aries, because again, for a lot of you, the trend has been for a year, and even the entire 2015, the trend is going to be about your value system, your belief system, what it is that you think, your conditioning. And then again on this side, it has to do with intimacy issues, it has to do about joint finances, it has to do with your sense of how it is that you are you very manipulative? Do you like to control your environment? What sort of a person are you when you're in a relationship, or when there is really a shared resource that is there? And even though a lot of us are consciously, of course, going to say that, oh, I'm not manipulative, but you may find shades of yourself, or maybe instances could occur during this time where you're really asked that, do you use money to control your environment, or do you use it to control people around you? So these are the questions that are going to come up and be asked. There is also a new moon towards the end of the month, or sort of towards mid of the month, and that's happening in Gemini. That again speaks about communications. A lot of activity in your third house, a lot of maybe you'll take a short trip and go and meet your parents, a lot of communication, a lot of focus on conversations, on even on education for that matter, for those of you who have been trying to add a skill to yourself, or even for students, executives who have been trying to do a further course. It's a time where you will find that you're able to absorb all the information, you're able to focus, and you're really, really able to study. So a brilliant time to be doing that. It's also a time to be taking short holidays during this time. Now the entire month, Aries, and it's a beautiful aspect for all the zodiacs. There's a lovely trine that's happening, and this is happening between your first and your fifth house, and this is between Jupiter, who's a planet of, he's a great benefactor, he's a planet of good fortune, and the trine is between him and Uranus. And now what Uranus is doing, you will find that maybe ideas that may seem very far-fetched to you, may seem really absurd to you, they may just get a funding. So it's really a time that with this entire energy, and I think the interesting thing is that if you look at the first aspect of the month, which is talking about expanding your belief system, looking at your conditioning, I think somewhere this entire month it's asking you also to take a healthy risk, not to sort of get very walk the walked path again and again. It's really a time to be thinking outside the box, to be getting out of that rigid structure that you may have created in your mind, and saying that things really need to be done in this particular way. And with Uranus and Jupiter coming, it's a lovely time for new ideas. It's a time to expand projects. It's a great time for not just entrepreneurs, but all anybody who's even thinking or working on creative endeavors, who wants to do something different, entrepreneurs, startups. It's just a time where you can very unexpectedly expect a great funding, or maybe a mentor, or maybe a partner who will come and do a JV with you. So it's quite a nice, and also the important thing during this transit, because Uranus is involved, and Uranus is all about unpredictability and chaos. So while it brings a lot of inspiration, it will also bring about these things. So stay flexible, trying not to sort of have a plan B. Don't get so foxed if your plans just get changed last minute, because there is all likelihood that they would. Have various plans. I would recommend that have a lot of ideas, a lot of presentations for a particular thing that you're trying to pitch, or maybe create that you have. So it's a time where taking risks will turn out for the good for you, Aries. So go all out this month, and try and see where it is that your dreams land you. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Aries. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.